Instructional delivery. I'm so excited to have all of you in this course. In this video, I am using Camtasia to record it, and also I am going to be uploading it to YouTube, as I'm going to show you how you can use some of their closed captioning features. So as we go through this course, everything that's in here is something that I have learned through either classes that I've attended or otherwise through books that I've read, and I'll share all that material with you in the course. So as you, the first thing when you come into this particular class, you will notice that the navigation panel contains only 6 buttons. What I'm demonstrating here is the new standardized Blackboard navigation panel that we vetted with 2 student groups and also with other faculty members. Just want to note that if you wanted, there is one button still remaining that I could add, and what we called it is a customizable button. So if you wanted to, like say if I was teaching a class that had a simulation in it, I might want to add a button that says simulation and put all the material for that. Or in the automotive program, I know that the faculty there have one just for lab worksheets, because then the students know exactly where to go. So in this particular video, I'm going to walk through all of these different buttons. I'm going to share with you due dates, those types of things as well. So on the first page, the announcements, I want to bring your attention to this right here, Welcome to Blended Instructional Delivery. I've highlighted that in yellow because according to the Universal Design Standards, screen readers will say material highlighted in highlighted or something like that. They recognize the highlighting, they do not recognize colored text. So if you really want to start doing some really quick things in your courses, start highlighting areas that are really important, and you want to make sure that not only your learners who are without any type of disability are able to look at, but also in case you have someone in there that has needs extra help or is using a screen reader. So the first button, as I said, is announcements. That's where you will come in. I will post at least one announcement a week, if not more, so be sure and check in on that. The next button over here is the assignments tab, and before I get going, that brings me to remind you that the students also ask that these be alphabetized. So you can see that we have put it in alphabetical order so that anytime they would go into a course that is part of the Mass Online expansion, they would know that their navigation buttons are in alphabetical order. So let's click on assignments next, since that's the next button. And what you're going to see is you're going to see that I have my assignments broken down into learning plans, and we will have a learning plan for each week, and you could do different things. What I've done is I've indicated up here the dates for those learning plans. This is an easy fix in Blackboard. You can just go out and change that if you reuse a course, and it makes it totally functional for any course that you teach after this first one. I also always include the competency that we are going to be working on, because I feel like that is really important to help me stay focused, but also to help you as learners stay focused as well. So let's click on this link and go into there, and you will see the format for my particular course. At the top, there's always going to be a summary of assignments. This can be thought of kind of like a checklist for the students. And so if you look at this one, review the competency and learning objectives, the very first item when you scroll down will be that. So everything kind of aligns with how I have it set up. Next one is watch video to preview Blackboard, so that's right here. So basically everything here is aligned. I also like to highlight due dates to start with, because I try to keep it relatively simple for the students. I have one due date for all assignments, unless there's some reason why I wouldn't have that for the normal assignments, like journal entries, written papers, those types of things. And that due date, notice once again I've highlighted it, is 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night. So because I'm trying to replicate what's happening in classes that I teach, there are no exceptions to that rule. You need to have it in by that time to get credit for it, and you still need, and But even if you don't get it in, you would still need to complete that assignment to demonstrate your competencies in this particular course. The other area that I want of due dates is for discussion boards, blogs, and wikis. They will all have 2 due dates. I'm trying to encourage interaction between the learners, and so I require that you have a date that you reply to the question, which will always be Thursday at 11:59 p.m., and the second is your response to others, which will always be by 11:59 p.m. Sunday. So some consistency there. As always, if you have any questions about any of this, please ask me. All right, so let's go to the next tab on our Blackboard shell, and it's contact information. And here you'll notice that the first contact is myself, but then as you scroll down, you'll notice that there are other college contact information in there. And other than my name, that's all listed in alphabetical order as well. So once again, this is a result of what the students and some faculty mentioned as good practices. They really like to have contact information for major services on campus, easy to access, and so we are piloting that this term. If you ever wanted to have this in your course, and they may be doing it, you could ask Paul Bibby to add it in. All right, the next tab is course materials. And within the course materials, I've decided that this is one spot where I'm going to put my syllabus. I also have it in this weekly folder where I ask you to read it. But note that this is a link. And this link actually is directly linking this syllabus to the WIDS course out there. So I've also created a video showing you how to do this. This is such an easy thing to do, and it only takes you about 5 minutes. So once you have that syllabus created in WIDS, you can come into your Blackboard shell and easily link it right here directly into Blackboard. Other items in the course material, I'll bring your attention to the course schedule. As always, a course schedule for me are tentative, and the reason that I say tentative is sometimes we can go faster or slower depending on the questions that arise from you as the learners. So I always try to make my class learner-centered to the learners that are in there. We will be using this blended toolkit, which is called BlendKit. I attended a MOOC, and we utilized that. I've also attended several seminars where the people that have created this were presented different workshops. This is an excellent resource. This UW Milwaukee resource is excellent as well. We had Tanya Justin come in and talk to our college one time. She has things posted out there. Also open source resources. This is becoming bigger and bigger, and I feel that it's a really good area for any online or blended instructor to check out what's available to them. I've also included resource books. These are books that I have read that have helped me develop this class as well as how I teach a blended course or develop my blended courses. I highly recommend that you look at it, and if you have any time at all, to go out there and choose a couple books to read. Many of these books can be found in our Academic Excellence office, and so you could check them out and read them and then take them back. So I highly recommend that. So the fourth tab that we will be looking at is My Grades. And if you go into there, you will see that there's nothing that I've submitted, but that's because the class hasn't started. What I want you to know, though, is that when you go in there and I've graded something, except for very few exceptions, I will definitely always be providing you feedback. So make sure you click on that to get your feedback and then to ask any questions if you have any about this particular course. This course really is pass or fail, so that's why you note that the point values are pretty low, but if you do all of the work, it's pretty easy to pass. Finally, we have tools. And that was another suggestion from our student focus group, is why do we have a separate tab for discussion boards, which I've had forever, because it is a tool, and a lot of us as instructors are using wikis, blogs, different things. So their question was why a separate tab for that? And rather than adding too many tabs over here to keep it simple, I've included everything in tools. This is also where you'll be able to another way you'll be able to access Blackboard Collaborate, which we will be using 2 times during this course to have some of that face-to-face and peer-to-peer interaction. Also, just want to let you know, I turned off most of the tools, and that's why mine shows up as being such a small amount. I highly recommend that you do that for your students as well. There's nothing worse than them clicking on that and then trying to navigate through the publisher's tools and all those different things. Super easy to just turn those off. So that is this course. We will start on February 1st, and as I said earlier, I am super excited to have you all in the class.